We'll be discussing about arena basics and gameplay. So after discussing some basics, I will be playing some games in the arena with my with this lineup, and after that, I will play some games against some viewers as well. Um, then if we have more time after that, I think we'll be uh, checking the top 100 leaderboards for for a brief interview of the current meta, and we will be also checking what the lineups are in the top 100. So let's start now. Wait a second. Okay. Low. Streamer intro. Okay. 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 So it's me. Good evening. It's me again, Staz. So for tonight, we will be discussing about the arena basics and gameplay. So I will be playing some games um, in the ladder with this lineup, and probably will be playing against some viewers as well. And then after that, we'll be checking the leaderboards of the top 100 current top 100 and check what lineups are they using right now. Okay. Okay, so this is the arena. Okay. So first, um, as you can see, here's the stamina. So as long as you have stamina, each rank match consumes one stamina to give you extra reward. So here in the arena, if you win your matches in a ranked match, you will gain some moon shards and also SLPs. So okay, so you'll gain moon shards depending on your rank. So starting from egg 4 up to challenger. So the higher rank you get, the more rewards you get. Okay, the more moon shards you get as well. Okay, so your number of stamina is determined by the total number of personal axes you have, and is capped at 60. Okay. So basically you need around I think 20 personal axes in order to get the maximum stamina. Okay, so here in this icon you can get your seasonal rewards. So this is the first time reward page. You get additional rewards based on what rank you get. So if you reach, for example, bear 3, you get 350 moon shards. Then final reward is 1500 moon shards when you reach the challenger rank for the first time in this season. So here you can see the end of season reward. So yeah, you get AXS, a lot of AXS, avatar, and gold border. Wow, I think this is the first border reward for the leaderboards. to rank 40,000. Can also get some AXS wood border. Okay, so here's the leaderboard. You can see who's on top 100 in currently. So Cohen's rank 1. Right now I'm rank 79. Okay, so I'm gonna get 225 AXS. This is MAXS, so you have to divide it by 1,000 to get the total AXS you will be receiving at the end of the season. So it's 225, and a gold border as well. Okay. Okay. So what if you like silver border and gold border as well? So you can only get one now. So, yep. So I guess we can start our game. So you can choose practice. This will not consume any stamina, but you don't get any rewards if you win. So this is ranked. I still have 2 energy left, so I reserve for this event, for this training. So, okay. Yep. So here's a brief introduction of the lineup I'm using. So I'm using a Holy Prayer and Shady composition. AOE, it's called AOE, Holy Prayer and Shady, and Pangolin tank. So this lineup basically focuses on dealing AOE damage, and also has some single target attacks, but you can target any enemy. So you can, after you deal a lot of AOE damage, you can just finish off whatever Axie is going to die. It's near death. Okay, so I think that's it. Also, I'm normally you can okay. So for the charms, I'm using a secret cocoon and a secret egg for this for the in this Axie. Because using Shady Exchange, you get 2 days curses in your deck. So as much as possible, you don't want to draw those on your turn 1. So to minimize those chances, I'm running 3 innate charms. The secret cocoon, which you can equip in a bug skill, so you can get that specific skill at the start of each battle. Same with secret egg, you can equip it on a bird skill set, and also consumes 4 potential points. Okay, so the last innate I'm using is pre-order tag. This also grants innate the innocent lamp, so I can on turn 1 you only get 1 energy, so you will need another extra energy. So with innocent lamp, I can discover the cotton tail to gain additional energy, so I can play these 2 cards at turn 1, even though I start with 1 energy. Okay, so that's it. These 2 axes has the Dawn and the Bird has plenty of AoE skills. Run only has Chubby and some single target skills to ping the other axes. Okay. So let's start. normally I go first. Going first, uh, you get the advantage of having more energy and to initiate, uh, to get a better tempo, since you will be the first one doing damage, and going second will give you more cards. I think it's not there's not much different. I mean, if you're using a lot of innate cards. So, okay. So this is my opponent is a rage comp. I think this is the best comp right now, so I am gonna have a hard time. Probably lose as well. Oh, but he doesn't have endless anger yet, so it will be closer. It will be bad for me since he's running 2 Shivas. So we want to start with Kotaro. So to apply Death Mark and maximize the Death Mark damage. So there are 2 Kotaro moves for this Axie. So the Kotaro eye part and the mouth part. The first, the eye part applies Death Mark. So I want to use this first to maximize the damage. This Axie has taunt, so all the skills will be going here. But since we're running AoE, we can also deal some damage on the other Axies. Yeah, but unfortunately we haven't run any AoE yet. And also a curse, so this is not good for us. Start with Kotaro again, but it doesn't matter since he already has that mark. By the way, when applying curses, the duration stacks. So, okay, let me do this first. Okay, the duration stacks. So, this will increase that mark duration to 4 turns if you deal I mean 8 turns in total if you use Kotaro twice. Okay. Okay. Clamshell gives 4 damage boost. So we're gonna use this. We want to use this first. So this will get this actually will get an additional attack damage. So if we use any other skills, so it's better to use this one if you're gonna use it. So for this turn, I think this doesn't have anymore. So I think we can kill this if just use Tri-Feather and Chubby. So this is going to rage. As we discussed on our first episode, if it reached 10 stacks, it will go into Fury form, and this actually will deal 75% more damage and gain 1 energy as well. Oh, didn't enter Fury form. That's good for us. Okay. So Grandma's fun. Attack all enemies, apply vulnerable for 4 turns. So this is an AoE attack, which AoE means area of effect, meaning it will deal damage to all enemy axes, and it will also apply vulnerable for 4 turns. So we want to use this one first. Then Earring. Attack all enemies deal 3 bonus damage per card in your hand. So after applying vulnerable, you want to use this next. You want to use this as first before you run out of cards in your hand. Correct order, but whatever. Ah, by the way, I used the Grandma's Fan last because I wanted to use the earrings first to deal more damage. Since their damage is increased based on how many cards you have left in your hand, and uh, the last Grandma's Fan increases the vulnerable duration, which is useful in the succeeding turns. I wanted to kill this one, but we don't have enough AoE, so hopefully we hit it with Kotaro before it rages. So yeah, let's hope. Nice. And Eggshell to apply taunt in this Axie. To protect the Axies in front. So yeah, that's the purpose of Eggshell. You want to distribute damage if possible, so your Axie doesn't die too fast and gain much tempo advantage as well. So I guess we won. Here's a secret. That's the 15 shield, I think. Okay, so after winning, we will get rewards. So we get free experience. I mean, leveling up your account doesn't really reward anything for now. Then I got some moon shards as well and some SLPs. As discussed in the previous episode, we can use the moon shards and the SLP to proc fruits and charms to make our Axie stronger, or sell those fruits and charms in the marketplace to earn some money. Okay. So we'll be answering some questions for now. Let's see. Okay, questions. What are the most cost-efficient lineups in this meta? So, yeah, most cost-efficient lineup. Let's see. Okay. I think right now the most cost-efficient is the double Aqua with Bloodlust and a Pangolin Beast with Beast with Pangolin. I'll show you an example. We might have someone in top 100 running this lineup. Let's check. Oh, it's not loading. Yeah, my tracker doesn't load, so basically that's it. And also this lineup, I think it's cheap as well. Right now, one of the cheapest mystic is the Holy Prayer and the Shady Exchange. So, oh, by the way, Holy Prayer removes one curse card from your deck or your discard pile, and then it heals all teammates for 10 HP and grant all teammates 1 damage boost after removing a curse. So these two mystics usually partnered with each other. So since this one shuffles curses in your deck and this one removes them, so there's minimal downside using Shady Exchange if you're using Holy Prayer, since it's less likely you can draw those daisies at the start. I think this lineup is also not too expensive, but it can get you to like top 100. Sorry. Right now I'm 78. Uh, there are certain skill sets that is cheaper in the market. For example, you can find those, but it's not exactly as this one. Mm, there are cheaper versions of it, and also if you're using uh, Holy Prayer and Shady Exchange, you can also go for the single target version of this lineup. This one, like this one. This one, this is the single target version of that lineup. Single target backdoor. So, this is also good in this current meta since you're running Shrimp. So you can kill those beasts with lots of rage stacks fast since you can backdoor with Shrimp and also with Pigeon Post. I think this you can find these three axes in the marketplace as well. Um, this is not too expensive if you compare to other lineups in the top 100 right now. So yeah, so you equip the Holy Prayer in this Dawn and the Shady here, then this one Pangolin. So it's actually this one is a bit expensive since it's running Cottontail. So, but you can also use other cards. I think the most important skill for this one is the double talk with Sand Stamp. So you can put the one in the back uh, to sleep. So if he gets card on that turn or that on that Axie, you'll basically miss a turn unless you can remove the sleep debuff for that Axie. Yep. Yeah, that's the most important. Yep. So yeah, I think that's the. Also, I think you can use double Pangolin and a Rage Beast as well. The one I played against. Double Pangolin and maybe this one. Let's see. See this one, Reckless Hunter. It's only a rare rune, so you run 3 beasts, 2 with Pangolins, and the one at the back has Reckless Hunter to deal damage. Or if you're encountering a lot of blackmail lineups, you can also put the Reckless Hunter in the middle. Axie. I think that answered the question. Next question, do you use your utilities? Use for crafting once you got it or do you save it all? Okay, so I use the utilities ASAP. Yeah, I only save the mystic ones since my priority is getting mystics so I mean those are the best runes. So if you're competing for the leaderboards, you want those mystic runes. So I only focused on the mystics. Basically, I want to use two mystic moon dust and moon shard, or two moonstone and one mystic dust. And yeah, that's it. For the epics, I think you can use. I mean, epics doesn't cost that much nowadays, so I just use those immediately. Actually, the earlier you use those epic dust is the better because as soon as you get, I mean, the earlier you get those epic runes or charms in the season, I mean, these usually sell expensive early on. So the earlier you get those, the better since you can sell them or you can use them as well. But you can sell them more expensive in the market the earlier you use you get those epic runs. So For me, it's better to use those epic dust as well. But for the mystics, you wait for the uh, both the mystic dust and the moonstones. Next question from Jmark. As an AoE select target user, are you focusing on the backline or just distributing your damage and kill them at once? Okay, let's queue another one before we answer that question. So it depends actually. Uh, Usually I just want to kill um, uh, anything that the Kotaro hits. So Kotaro is random at first, so as long as I can kill uh, one Axie, I just kill that one usually. As long as it is one of those, it's either the mid or the back. I usually kill the one that dies faster. You don't need to kill them all at once because you lose too much tempo if you try to kill them all at once. So, I mean, they can play all their cards and you don't want that. So, a passive wall like this one, since this one has a death mark, you want to kill that one first. Since having that mark means it takes more damage. So, we want to kill this one fast. Oh, by the way, I'm using eggshell. I'm putting it on the eggshell because I really want a taunt this Axie. So this one doesn't die too fast before I can play the other Cottontail. So as much as possible, I want to play the Cottontail first before the first one dies. Before this one dies. So yeah. So now we use Grandma's Fan. Then doesn't matter if it's Kotaro or Trifeather. But by the way, this card, Kotaro Mouth part, deal 2 hits to random enemies. Gain 1 energy if at least 2 enemies are hit. So if you hit 2 different enemies, discard to gain additional 1 energy. So yeah, doesn't consume 1 energy, but unfortunately we draw days again, so it's a bit useless. But we can that additional energy that we gain from Kotaro allows us to return Cottontail in our deck and play it next turn. So that's how it is. Okay. Yeah, so that's for your question, J Mark. I hope I answered that one. Okay, for this one, yeah, in this turn you can kill the backline, his backline with Trifeather and Chubby. So yeah. Use Cottontail. So we either want to use Mosquito or Dual Blade. Dual Blade apply is fragile for 4 turns, so this unit gains 40 less shield from abilities. So that debuff, we don't really need that one since he's running Pangolin and he don't have any skill that gives shield. So we want to use Mosquito. Mosquito restore HP equal to 50 damage on unblocked damage. To 50% of unblocked damage. So if it deals damage, then you also get. So we deal 60 plus the damage boost buff. So that's 63 in total. We get 31 or 32 HP in total. Oh, by the way, it's even round, so normally we only get 3 energy. This one, with Shady Exchange, we get another extra energy since it's an even round. So yeah, we can play 4 cards. So for this one, yeah, so normally we want to use Kotaryu for Grandma, since it deals 15 damage and vulnerable, that the target receives 20% more attack damage. So we only get 10 extra from Kotaro. We use Grandma's Fan first, but with playing Kotaro first. Okay, let me just Yeah, playing Kotaro first, you deal 15 additional damage instead of 10. Okay, so for this turn, yeah, we won. Just to give me a shields, no. So if you're doing something else, it's good to check before you the history before you make any moves. So yep. So we can kill this front with Grandma and try Feather. I mean, he might use shield item that gives 50 shield, so it's kind of tricky. You always want to check the history if you miss your opponent making a move. So yeah. Yes. Okay. Wow. Okay. Actually, I'm new to this format, the naked format as well, so I don't really have so much advantage. So yeah. Okay, we can challenge him. Bibs. Okay. So since we're not running innates, we usually go second. We want cards. Okay. Remove my runes. So I'm not sure if going first or second is the better one, but usually I go second if I don't have innates to get more cards and energy. Yeah, but unfortunately we drew two of our energy guards. That's why I'm running in it to avoid getting too much energy cards early on. Okay. So yep, we want to shuffle one back. Use the other one and shuffle the other one back so you can use it next turn. Yeah. Actually, he did well on that turn. He used Tiny Turtle to stun my front line, so I will not be able to use Bottom Tail anymore. So yeah, that's a good move from him. So we can only play two cards for this turn. As always, we always play Kotaro first. Okay. Earring and an eggshell kills the front line. Then this one. I think he hasn't played zigzag yet, so we might want to scarab this Axie. Let's go earring first. Actually, we can scarab this one and use eggshell on the middle, so we deal 15 more damage. don't really need the debuff from Scarab since uh, it's more likely that he doesn't have zigzag. Yeah, but he may actually have it, but I don't think he has. You don't really need to play around too much. He might have drawn the zigzag and on the previous turn and just not used it. Yeah, since he already drew a lot of cards, so don't need to play around the zigzag. Just deal more damage. Okay, as usual, Kotaro first, then the other one. Okay, so for this one, next turn, you might want to use a Granus Fan and a Mosquito. Actually, Granus Fan is kinda useless because he has Sea Slug, which uh, gives him 2 Cleanser that negates debuff, so our Granus Fan will be useless. So we don't really need that next turn. And since we will be killing this with Mosquito, we want more single target cards next turn, so we will not be returning any of these. Okay. Excuse me. Okay, let's wait for him. Earwing, yep, that's what he does. Earwing first, that's good. Zigzag. Kotaro. So he has that mark, so right away. Yep. Okay, I'll show you a trick. Okay, Mosquito first. So if you use another skill on this one, the death mark debuff will proc first before the skill hits the Axie, so it will die. And then the skill you're gonna use will hit the other one at the back since it's gonna die from the death mark debuff. So you can also consider that mechanic when making your moves. So yeah. We want to use the Kotaro from this one since it has 8 damage boost as well, so yep. That's yeah. We use the Kotaro from this axis to deal more damage. I think I'm gonna lose if he has 2 other cards that is oh, that's close. Yeah. And that's an Abena Reflect. Normally, these reptiles has Reflect skills if you don't memorize the parts yet. So it's always good to check if he casted Secret. So just double check to be sure. So you don't die unexpectedly from those reptiles. Okay, I think, yeah, go. Uh, Actually, I think he played perfectly on that one, unless I check the replay. Actually, we can check the replay if you want. If so, I can see his hand at that game to see if. Yeah, but it was close. I think he played it perfectly. He mastered the lineup pretty well, I think. So yeah, we can check the replay to analyze. So here he turned first, that's good. Oh, let's just go for the times. fun. I think he knew that I shuffled an energy card, so he used Tiny Turtle. Oh, it's the only play. Yeah, but it's good if he knows that I shuffled the energy card. It's always good to Tiny Turtle on that turn. Okay. Oh, by the way, Rose, it has initial, so you always use that uh, to get first to get the extra attack. So yep, I think everything's perfectly fine. Yeah, he played it pretty well. Let's see next turn. Yep, GG. Yeah. Okay, let's just finish this one. Yeah. Yeah, I think he played it perfectly. So next one is Kalis. He always goes second in this lineup. So unfortunately, we lost the RPS once again, so we will be going first. And to maximize the debuff from the Grandma's Fund as much as possible, you want to use this later on when you have more energy. So at round 1, you play other cards first. So go with Tri-Feather instead of Axie Keys. Since it deals more damage, 25 to each, that's 75 in total. Axie Keys is only 60, so you Tri-Feather, then return back the Grandma's Fund. Use it later on. Okay. Actually, this lineup is pretty good. It's one of the best. Triple Plant is one of the best. Triple Leafy Plant is one of the best. Axie for the naked format. Okay. So we can Chubby or use Granos Fan and Ace Carab for this turn. So yep. We really want this debuff, so we might use this as well. Let's use it instead of Chubby. Okay, let's see. Usually you want to kill if it's these two axes on the same HP, you kill the most annoying one first, but their skill set is almost the same, so let's just kill the second one since it's easier to reach. If ever we get to kill the first in front, I mean if we get to kill the one in front first, it's good to kill. It's good to deal damage on the second one first. Actually, it depends. Actually, I can also consider which card they have played already. If there's we have enough damage, we might want to kill the one with the most cards remaining in his deck. So yeah, but we didn't really get a good look at the history. Probably it's one thing to consider as well. Okay, so for this time, always Kotaro first. So we want to protect our front, and Eggshell also deals the most damage, so we go with Eggshell. So it's either Kotaro or Tri-Feather. Mosquito, 60 damage, but we don't really get the additional effect. Since we are at full HP, so we go with the most damage, which is the Tri-Feather. I think we're losing. So hopefully this want to apply that mark on the one that doesn't have a death mark debuff yet. So hopefully we hit these two. So yeah, since we're far behind in this match, so we need to take a risk, and that's the only play as well since this one is stunned. Okay, so we go with. Actually, it's better to use Clamshell first, since this one gives 4 damage boost. Then with Earwing, that's 1 damage difference. That's we all. So, yep. Actually, in this format, I think Eggshell and Cactus are the most useful parts to have, since you really want to distribute the damage so your Axie doesn't die fast and you don't get these swords too early, since you're gonna fall behind on tempo. Yep. So you don't want this. So we Motaro first, then another one. Okay, luckily we hit two different targets, so we get an additional energy for that turn, and we proc those death marks. We get an additional. Okay. I think that sequence was right. Yeah, it's a bit. Yeah, it's fortunate that we hit two different targets with that Kotaro. Okay, so let's just hope we don't throw cards on this Axie, since it is stunned and we can play any. Irving Tri-Feather wins the game, I think. He played a secret, so that's 50 shield. Let's see. Okay. GG's. Yeah. Yep. Yeah, I don't know, but I think he played it perfectly as well, except for the last one. I think it's better to put the shield in the front on the last turn. Since if I Earwing, the backline would survive, I think. Let me see, it's 43, and my Earwing only deals, yeah, but it doesn't kill the backline, so the backline will survive, and yeah, I think it's it's better to put the shield on front, and he might have won that game. I think. I don't know if there's any reason to put the shield at the back, but yeah, I think it's better in the front. So yeah, yep. I think that's it. I don't know, but I think he has his reasons as well that I'm missing. Yeah, but I think that's my point of in my point of view. Okay. Yep. So right now I want to show the leaderboard lineups, but the website is not loading on my end, so I don't know. Let me see. Wait a second. Okay. Actually, right now I'm having technical problems that I can show you the what lineups these people are using, but most of them are using rage compositions. I was supposed to show you these lineups today, but unfortunately, it's not loading on my end. So, yep. So just an intro for next week episodes. We analyze the meta, try to analyze the meta, and figure out what is the best lineup to use, depending on what uh, the people are using. So basically, we try to counter it, and also we must also consider the cost since most of the top 100 lineups are too expensive, and we might try to counter to think of some compositions that is affordable that can win against this if possible. So yeah, so next week is just um, meta analysis, and if I'll try to uh, let's see, and also we uh, next week we check the top 100 lineups and give an analysis on the compositions they are using. So yep, maybe if I can also explain how to play those compositions, that will be better. But yeah, basically most we just analyze the meta next week, and yep, that's it. uh, good. Okay, so okay, so today we discussed about the arena basics, and we played some games again in ladder and also against other players. I mean other viewers. So yeah, I hope you learned a lot today. Actually, I don't think though 4 games is enough to learn, especially this composition. You might want uh, at least 20 to 30 games per day uh, to figure out the best plays. I mean, we didn't really encounter complicated turns on the first two, so it's yeah, the first two was kind of easy. Yeah, hopefully next time we encounter complicated turns, so we can give deep analysis on that for those turns and learn more. So yep, I think that's it for today. Yep, just follow me on Twitter at StazDingo, and also the YGG. Please support them as well. Yeah, proud to be part of YGG. Oh, thank you. Yep. Okay. Bye. Good night.